overall credentialing, or a person goes and gets educated, declares themselves available to be an imam, and a group of followers will choose them to do that, but there's no overall or any way that anyone evaluates their ability or training or any of that sort of thing. Is that correct?
There actually are in universities where people go to school to be trained in this. There are institutions that people get trained to.
So when they graduate, they are in somehow says they're ready to do this.
Yeah, they're certified in. They know Islamic law, for example. Okay. They know certain rites and rituals. A lot of the training about the Quran, dealing with the community, dealing with people. I don't know if there's an institution like that in the United States. I don't know. Are you familiar with anything?
About time, and when did the Prophet Muhammad live, and were there Muslims before that? How old is the religion?
Very good. Excellent question. We believe there is only one God. We believe there was just one message for one humanity to get us back to one place, paradise. We don't believe that God sent all these different religions to confuse us all. Okay? Prophet Muhammad was born at the time 570 AD, 570 years after Jesus. And he lived for 63 years after that. You can do the math. So during that time frame, Islam, in the Quran it says, God has been constantly giving us this message, okay? Constantly. From the time of Adam to the time of Muhammad. Even if, I don't have a flip chart here, but okay, I'm going to go way off on a tangent on you here, okay? I'm going to go back here. You ready? Now, my own travels, my own reading. This has nothing to do with Islam. This has nothing to do with anything. This is my own connection. I'm connecting the dots here. If you are Hindu, any Hindus in the group today? Hindus. There is a main god in Hinduism. Do you know what his name is? So that's Brahman. Nobody know that? Brahman is the ultimate god, okay? If you are ancient Egyptian, you lived in the time of the pharaohs, do you know the supreme god of the pharaohs? His name was Ra. Amun-Ra. Amun-Ra. If you are a Muslim, the name for God, like I said, remember there's multiple attributes, the merciful, compassionate. One of them is named Allah, and one of his name is Ar-Rahman. Now, if you write these words out, and I ask you to if you have a pen, Brahman is B-R-A-H-M-A-N. Sounds like Brahman. Amun-Ra. Rahman. In Islam, the name for God, Ar-Rahman. This is just my own reading, my own travels, my own thoughts. I'm only pointing out one thing. One God is not going to send a million messages to confuse us. There's no way. This doesn't make sense. We believe in one God, one message. It's been the same message consistently coming down, constantly. Every prophet comes down, warns of the Antichrist, warns of a judgment day. You look at the ancient pharaohs, they have scales on the side of the pyramids. What is that? There's a judgment. They know about it. They're aware of it. God was there. God is now. God is going to be with us in the future. It's the same God. One message. Keep sending a prophet. People keep on killing him. Send another prophet. Send him a message. Send a book. People will change it. They write another book. Change it. Finally, God says, that's it. One message is now finalized, and this is it. This is it. Final text. No more drafts. God says, I am protecting this book from here on out. So Islam started with Adam. Yeah. Islam is a word that means peace, means submission to God. So if you say, who is Muslim? Well, you say, who submitted to God? Submission in the fact of, I trust God. I trust God. The story I think he was relating to at the time of Abraham, when he was about to sacrifice his son, the Quran mentions that they both became Muslims at the time. They both surrendered their will to God. That's what it is. Aslama. They both surrendered to God. So that's the word surrender. Trusting God, believing there's one God. That's really what Islam is. If you believe in one God, Let's not. Adam knew there was only one God. She had a comment. I know she's been jumping around. Sorry.
My question is this: there's so much radical violence in the world
Crazy
today,
people out there.
and a lot of it is attributed to radical Islamists. How
Yeah.
did this come about?
Interesting. Wow, it's a whole can of worms right there. Is there radical anything? There's radical surgeons. There's radical guys. There's a guy, his name is David Koresh, radical Christian. There's guys who are KKK, radical Christian. I mean, you're asking me to tell you about people. People are radical. People are crazy. People are stupid. People smoke crack. People kill people. Do the religions say this? Do the religions say this honestly? Does Jesus say, go kill massive amounts of people? Go put yourself up in a fort and lock yourself away from everybody and then have them drink a cup of grape juice or fruit juice and go commit suicide? No. But people do it and convince people that it's true because they're living in this Machin world. That's what it is. It's a brainwashed world. You believe what you want to hear. And if you want to see the truth and you open your eyes to it, you'll see that too. If you want to see good people in Christianity, there's good people too. Are there priest-raping boys? Yes, there is. If you want to focus just on the priest-raping boys, you're going to find all the evilness in the world. You want to focus on the Crusades? You want to focus on the Spanish Inquisition? Sure. You want to focus on Osama bin Laden? Fine. You want to focus on Prophet Muhammad? My example? Osama bin Laden is not my faithful example. Saddam Hussein is not my leader. You want to challenge me? Challenge me with Prophet Muhammad. Study his life. Then come back to me and tell me that. Radical Christians, radical Muslims, radical Jews, whatever you is, they're radical. Radical doctors, there's radical people, there's kids on ADD, radical kids. I don't even know how to answer that question.
I think we're going to have to probably stop. You have to get to work today, but thank you for coming. If you have questions, please stay and visit with
I'm
Dr. Saleh.
hanging around. Please help us
Thank
with
you.
a couple brochures, handouts. Thank you all. Thanks for coming on Friday morning.